Hi and welcome everybody to the Techno Dinosaur meets IT Geek, week 43. My name is David Logan, the IT Geek, based here in Annan, southwest of Scotland. I am the IT Geek who takes the jargon out of technology for you, the home worker, and the home office worker. Today, we are with my usual partner in crime, Wally Nichol. So Wally, how are you and where are you today?
Thank you, David. I'm very well. I'm based in Troon, southeast of Scotland. I am the Techno Dinosaur, also a personal development life coach. So the beauty of being here is I get to pick your brains, David.
Brilliant. Before you pick my brains, I want to pick your brain. A question coming out of my brain here. What I was going to ask you. I'll come back to that later towards the end. This week's question I want to ask you. Why do we, as a male species, why as men, why don't we open up and show our feelings? Wally?
Very good question, David. Thanks. There are several reasons for this, and we could be here for a lot longer than we normally are. Men traditionally,
I've got all night.
Men traditionally have been seen as the strong ones. We are the guys, the hunter-gatherers from way back in Stone Age times, who went out and brought the food home. And showing our emotions or showing our feelings was seen as being weak. And that went against the male stereotype of being strong, silent, bringing the bacon home, so to speak. And that has been caused by a number of factors. Our upbringing, for example, we as young men were surrounded by other young men, our peers, and you didn't want to show any weakness or emotion in front of your buddies, did you? You may have been influenced by your father or other male elders who showed you that portraying emotions was not a good thing. It's not a manly thing. And we've all heard the various phrases to describe this. Shoulders back, chest out, man up, big boys don't cry. And consciously or unconsciously, we absorbed it. And we decided that this was the way to progress. This was the way we would go through life, not showing our emotions because we were apprehensive we'd be identified as being weak if we did so.
Very good. So, at what stage do you think we break away from our elders and start retraining our own brains?
Well, I think it would depend on the individual. Now, if we're talking just about males, right? Mm-hmm. Some young men break away from their elders, if you like, at the age of 14, 15, 16, whatever. Some take a lot longer. I think it depends on your upbringing and your environment. The ability to think for ourselves, as it were. I think, well, maybe that strong silent type isn't exactly what I want to be or I want to portray. And we then move away from our upbringing or our conditioning, as some people call it, to form our own opinions. But there's still this very powerful background story about not showing emotions, about bottling our feelings up, because that's what we've learned. And to unlearn that is quite a task. But I suggest that it's a good thing to consider, unlearning that strong silent type, because suppression of emotions can very often be detrimental to our mental health and sometimes to our physical health. So there is actually scientific evidence to show that crying is therapeutic because there are actually chemicals in your teardrops that help you unburden yourself of these pent-up emotions. We've also heard stories about a good rant losing the rag, blowing your top can be therapeutic because you're letting all your pent-up anger and stress and frustration out. Suppressing our emotions is like putting them in a little bottle and storing that little bottle inside ourselves. So the emotion is still there and it can become a bit toxic.
So is that almost like a pressure valve?
Well, I was going to say, yeah,
build up.
It builds up, it festers, right? And what if the bottle leaks and that poison gets into our system? Any poison within our system is not going to be good. And I'm using this in a metaphorical sense, an allegorical sense, right? Suppression of emotions, and we've talked about stress and anxiety as well, about the chemicals within us. If we have the wrong type of chemicals within us, that can be detrimental to mental and physical health. So I'm not suggesting you run down the street screaming and bawling. Right? I'm only suggesting that you don't bottle up your emotions, that you let your emotions out, because it's not a sign of weakness. It's not a sign that you're not strong. It's a sign that you're sufficiently self-aware to know that bottling up your emotions is not always a great thing. So that self-awareness is actually a sign of strength, a sign of, I've identified this is not a good way to go about things, bottling up my emotions. So why not let them out? You can do it privately. You can do it by talking to someone like me or whatever. But the bottom line, David, is we're conditioned through upbringing, through osmosis, through our peer pressure, not to show emotions. And that can be detrimental to us.
Great, fantastic. I think that's us towards the end of the time now for this week. Unless you've got anything else you want to add briefly, maybe summarise what you just said there.
Well, I think, with respect, I just did summarise it there, that one thing I'd leave the viewers with is we're emotional beings, humans, right? We're happy, sad, angry, frustrated, whatever it is. And any negative emotions we bottle up isn't a good thing. Let them out, right? It's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of self-awareness and strength. And you'll feel the better for it. That's all I would say.
Fantastic. Thank you, Wally. So to the viewer, specifically to you, men, boys, or the male species, if you're frightened, if you're unsure, speak to Wally. Add a comment below here. If you want to keep it confidential, send us a private message. If you're connected to me, send me a private message. I'll forward it to Wally, or vice versa. Sorry, to Wally. Send it direct to Wally. Anything technical, give me a shout. IT Geek. That's my job. Take the jargon out of technology. Keep it simple for you. Please, to the viewer, both females and males, we need subscribers for YouTube, our YouTube channel. Jump on it, please. Subscribe. Excellent. Wally, last in words.
No, as I say ad nauseam repeatedly, stay safe, keep well, but also try and have some fun along the way. Not always easy, but one thing I would say, laughter's the best medicine. It's an emotion where it's joyful. So it's goodbye from me, Willie Nicol, the Techno Dinosaur.
Keep smiling, keep safe, keep healthy, everybody. Have a good week. Thank you.